This LoreHound.com video is brought to you by...
Number 1, read the line.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
That's not him.
Okay. Number 2, read the line.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Number 3.
You will behold the glory of my sacred wood.
That's him.
Every year, 1 in 5 gamers is accosted by an elf. We're tired of elves.
Hey there everybody, welcome to Interface Expose, Episode 1. We are talking about shadowed unit frames today. This is a great add-on that manages your unit frames. As you can see here, I have some example unit frames up. You configure it type by typing /SUF, standing for shadowed unit frames. And the option, of course, to show test frames is this unlock lock frames. I can drag them around and whatnot when I unlock them. This is highly configurable. It's a very lightweight add-on. As you can see, it's only taking up 1.41 megs in this situation. The unit's frame configuration is actually almost taking up as much as the add-on itself, so it's extremely lightweight. You can display as much as you want or as little as you want. So let's go ahead and start playing with it. Let me just show you what my normal setup looks like. This here is my focus target. What I normally do is I have my main target here and then their target there. So if I target myself, for example, you see this is my target, this is the target of my target, and this is my focus. So what I'll do a lot of times when I'm playing my rogue in raids is if I'm Tricks of the Trading to the tank, I want to make sure that the tank is actually tanking the boss. So I'll target the boss because I'll be fighting him, and then I'll be able to see the boss's target, hopefully to the tank, and my focus is going to be the same. So as long as these two are the same for me, I'm in a good situation, which is why I have them displayed next to each other in my default layout here. Let's see. Let's pop open the configuration again. You can enable all these different modules. So for example, if we turn on RAID and then unlock the frames, this is what my RAID frames look like, and of course it has everything on to test. So for example, this check, if you do a ready check and somebody's ready, they'll have that thing if they respond. Any marks like skulls, X's, etc. This also shows group leaders, the little crown, main tank, healer, etc. I believe this will change for random dungeon queue stuff, so you'll be able to see everybody's role, although that doesn't really matter in a raid. Maybe that's just for main tanks and raids. If we turn party back on, enabled units party, then we can see it's very similar to the way I have it set up. It's also got people's buffs here because less people have a little bit more room. Normally I have my buffs managed by a different add-on, and so I don't actually display it here because I just have shadowed unit frames on. You can see with my target I got the health really big, the mana really big, and also this here is the cast bar. So this bar will only show up when the target is casting. It's pretty big and long, so I can quickly see it if I need to kick it, and also it's a very visual way to quickly check the health and mana of my target. I've also got the portrait there, that's just for fun mainly. You might have seen some people display it actually as a bar like this. Height, there you go. Yeah, a lot of people display it like that because that's sort of a very cool, sort of just looking at the eyes of somebody. I've seen that in a few videos, but I like actually having it as a portrait, so that's mainly just a little bit of fun stuff for the players while they're playing. Anyway, one thing I really like that this does is it has the incoming heals feature. So you can see this is my health bar. Let me put some heal over times on myself, and you can see how big this extends out. That shows my incoming heals. So for example, if I'm in a group and there's multiple people healing, I can quickly see what heals they've cast and who they're healing, so I can heal somebody else. It's very useful if you're healing. There's hundreds of options in here. It's pretty straightforward though. There's some great ones here to highlight if the target has aggro, which is great if you're tanking or if you're a DPS and need to know when you need to, vanish or run away or whatnot. Or you can also have it color the frame if you can cure a debuff on the target. So for example, as a druid, I can cure poisons. So if the target is poisoned, I can have it automatically turn green, for example, and be like, oh no, so I need to dispel them. You'll get some different options depending on your class. So for example, I can turn on combo points, so when I'm in cat form, combo points will show up on the unit frame. You can have combat text scroll on the unit frame. I'm not going to go through every option here, but those are some of my favorites. You can change where text goes. For example, there's my level, my percent energy, etc. You can configure all of that however you want it. You can move frames all around. I don't really use my own frame that much. I basically just need to know my energy or mana. And so I just throw that down there because I have other add-ons to display status things sort of in this region. So it's very easy to just sort of drag stuff around, put it where you want. Another cool feature is you can have different little setups depending on where you are. So for example, arenas, battlegrounds, party instances, and raid instances can all have their own configurations that automatically go on or off, as well as buffs. You can filter buffs depending on if you're in a raid. You might want to see just the buffs you can cast because there's going to be a lot of buffs there. But in arena, you might want to see all the buffs, so you can create sort of situational filters here. It's very powerful, like I said earlier, but it's still very easy to use. It is my add-on of choice for unit frames. Another cool feature that it does is if you're in a raid, it can automatically turn off your party frames. So for example, you might get this mess and some other things pretty easily, but you can have it auto-hide that so that it actually looks better. Anyway, if you want to know more about this add-on, you can check out the author's website, which is linked here. You can get it from Curse and a few different websites, probably WoW Interface. Those will all be linked in the description or post, depending on where you're seeing this. If you're not, go to lorehound.com and look it up. I think that's going to do us for today for this episode of Interface Expose. Stay tuned for more. Check it out at lorehound.com. We'll have lots more coming. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time on Interface Expose.